Hello people, it's Zatara, and as requested by one of my viewers, I'm pretty sure you've seen some of his comments, I will be doing a CSGO guns tier list. So let's start. So here we have the S tier guns, the absolutely broken guns that you'll totally want to be buying. First we have the AWP. Now this bad boy, you can do anything with him. You can hold many different angles. It's very effective. It always wants to be the first one at a bomb site. And basically, the goal of an AWP is to create space for your team, so you give more space to work with and confer more control as fast as possible. AWPs are great for holding angles, and there are 3 styles of AWP: aggressive, passive, and passive-aggressive. And no, I'm not talking about passive-aggressive teachers. I'm talking about passive-aggressive AWP. Next on my tier list is the M4 in the S tier category. This gun is pretty much one of the best ARs in the game, besides the next other gun on the tier list. And this is great for everything. If you want to shoot control bursts, it has it. You can spray pretty effectively. It has a consistent spray rate. And yeah, it's great for entry fragging and also being great neutral support player. Yeah, the M4 does it all. Let's move on. Next up, on the T side, we have the AK-47, a classic S tier gun any day of the week. For only $2,700 you get a one-tap headshot, even with armor. Even the M4 can't do that for $400 more. A one-tap headshot, full armor. So basically, it's like the M4, but it shoots a little slower, and its accuracy pattern and spread is much bigger. But once you learn how to use the AK, it is a beast that you must learn how to control. That's why I like the skin so much. It's like a beast. I'm taming the AK. It's great for spraying. It's great for firing and control bursts. It's great for a lot of things. Highly recommend the AK. Practice a lot with it. Recommend for some community maps, such as aimbots training or recoil masters. They help me practice a lot, and I'm not the best CSGO player, but that's my opinion. Next up, we have the SG or the AUG on the CT side. These are both amazing weapons for scoping in on your enemies. If you're playing along connector on Mirage, you can easily peek here. You can hold many angles that you would like an AWP, but you can also play aggressive. So this gun's a great balance between the aggressive assault rifles and the counterplay of the AWP. It's wonderful. It works really well as utility, just like the other guns I talked about. And yeah, the only downfall is scoping. It makes noise, just like the AWP. And yes, noise is very important in CSGO, as we all know. Okay. Some people might disagree with me for this choice, but I think the MAC-10 deserves a spot in the S tier. This gun has it all. It's amazing. It's cheap. Only, what, $1,000? It's perfect for the second round when you're trying to eco. $600 per kill in competitive. It's amazing. There's only a few options that are as strong as this gun in early rounds. And this goes for the similar gun for the counter-terrorists. Now, moving on to the A tier guns. These are some great guns as well as the S tier guns, and their primary use is to save for the S tier guns. But it really depends on opinion and what you like to use. So this is just my personal opinion, but I think all guns are useful in this game in many different ways. And first one, A tier, this bad boy, the Mag-7. Not just because I have a sick skin for it, it's amazing. I love this thing. Okay, stop flexing. The Mag-7 is a great gun because only for $1,300 you get a gun that one-shot headshots at a medium range. It has very reasonable recoil for a shotgun. It gives $900 per kill. You can strafe with it, shoots pretty quick, shoots much faster than the Nova, which is a much worse option. For only $300 more, you get this machine of a gun. It's perfect for ecoing, it's perfect for close quarters, works great with Molotovs and smokes. If, like, let's say on Mirage, you come here, stand here, have a smoke down here. You could just watch them roll in and max 7 them flip. Easy. After this, we have the Scout, one of the most underrated weapons in the game, but super useful and a really game changer if you have a good Scout on your team. So the purpose of a Scout is basically similar to Op. You want to create space as fast as possible, but also to tag the other team as much as possible so the people with the worse guns than you can inflict the heavy damage. So if you shoot a person, even if it's a leg or body shot, you're going to be doing solid 80 damage. Then someone with a pistol can just one-tap them. Well, not one-tap them, but if they have an upgraded pistol like a Deagle, they can just one-tap them all. So it's really hard to go against a team if you're all on 20 HP. So the Scout's job is really good early round and overall a really good gun in certain situations. Like playing connector here, you can jiggle really quickly with it since the movement speed with the scope is really quick. Yeah, and you can feel free to peek really early in the rounds with the Scout. Next up on the list, we have the XM shotgun and the Nova shotgun. Same place on the list. Both of these shotguns, I'm not sure why you would use these, but you could use them. They're much more effective than the mag. Well, this one is, the XM, but the Nova is not. The Nova is, it's still a good choice, but the mag is better. They're like around the same power, but mag is just far superior. It's pretty much just a weaker mag, but it's still pretty good for early rounds. And this auto shotgun, it's great for like 4th round. If they have armor, this is great. You could just spam them down, especially if you want to play close quarters. As I said, you can play T-ramp. You can, as time goes along, shoot them, flick. It's great for close quarter. You can also chip their health from afar. Overall, this gun's great, especially for its cost. But later in the rounds, when your opponents have stronger weapons, you're probably going to want to change it. And it's also great for eco, 900 bucks per kill. You're going to be getting quite a few kills with this thing. Before I forget, the P90. Oh, whoops. Come on, come here. The P90. This bad boy. The all-powerful noob decimator. Yes, the P90 is a great weapon for spamming. At higher levels, this thing is not appreciated by the pros, though some find it pretty useful. But in casual play, this thing's amazing. You can mow down enemies hit across. The fire rate is insane, and the accuracy is not half bad, especially for a gun that's 2,000 bucks. It's a much better option than the previous shotgun I showed if you want to get close. Also, from afar, it can chip down enemies faster than you think. Faster than a blink of an eye. Now, we move on to the B tier weapons. Now, these weapons, they all have their uses, but there are much better options that I previously showed that make up for them. For example, here we have the UMP-45. And, actually I'll put that lower, the UMP-45 and the MP7. So, both of these guns are very situational. I mean, they do have some great strengths, but overall, there are just so many guns that do it better. Like, that's with most of these guns here. There's always something that does it better, or is more efficient. So the MP7, it's great. It's amazing. It shoots really fast. It's good at mid-range. It's even almost good at long-range. But short-range, there are so many better options. Especially for SMG, the MP9 shoots much faster. It's cheaper. MP7 is great with utility. Also, if you flash an MP7, it's great. The MP7 is just built to be more versatile than the MP9 and the MAC-10, which I find great about it. The UMP-45, on the other hand, is also a good weapon. I don't use it often, so I can't say much about it, but pros have been finding more and more uses with it, so this might go up in the future, but for its cheap cost, it's pretty good SMG. I mean, its fire rate's solid overall, and there's a controllable pattern. It shoots, it has good ammo, and yeah, overall, it's like a good balance between the AKs and between the ARs, not the AKs, the ARs and the SMGs. Yeah, it's a perfect balance. Next up, we got the FAMAS and the Galil. Now, these guns are pretty good, but there are much stronger options, as I said before, in earlier rounds. That's going to be with most of the guns in B tier. Just there's so many better options, but these guns aren't bad. And yeah, the FAMAS, it's great. It has 25 bullets in its mag, and it's pretty much an AR. It's pretty effective at long range and medium range. Spray pattern's controllable, and you can learn to use it pretty quickly. It's great on Connector and Mirage. It's great B-site early rounds. It's pretty much just a weaker AK. I mean, nothing much else to say. Same thing with the Galil on the T side. Just a weaker AK. Before I forget, the Negev, I moved it up a tier. This is a B tier weapon now. I've seen some pretty nice plays with the Negev since I last used it. And I now see it does have some good uses. This gun, it can hold enemies pinpoint fire. They cannot move anywhere. If there's a smoke here, they cannot push through it. It's basically a free Molotov that has tons of ammo and can be used anywhere. Yeah, the Negev has some great uses. If you have a good Negever on your team and they're great support role who also knows some smokes and flashes, then your team's going to be much stronger. It's practically having an extra op on your team if you know how to use it correctly. The Negev, it may seem like a good noob weapon, but on a deeper level, it is pretty strong. So, yes, this is now a B tier weapon. Finally, ending with the C tier. Which guns will I be absolutely trash talking now? Well, let's see. The worst guns in the game that there's never a reason you should be getting. Number 1, PP Bison. This thing, 64 bullets in the mag. $1,400. Its spray, slow. It's an SMG. It's spraying pathetically slow. The only thing this is good for is mowing down big herds, but even then, the MP9 is a much better option. It doesn't one-tap headshot. It's weak. And overall, it's just too weak in the competitive scene. The damage is horrible on this gun. It may seem like a good option early around, but it's not. With the shotguns and close range combat, there's no reason you should be using the PP. At least currently, until pros find a better use of it. Next on the list, we have the... Oh god, I can't even say it. M249. Oh my gosh. What? Why? Why? 5,000 bucks. You get a worse Negev. That seems reasonable to me. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. One of my only guns without a skin. Scar 20. And the auto sniper on the other team. The terrorist. You all know why this is C tier. No, you cannot use this gun. If you do, you're a toxic boy. So that's it for my tier list. My CSGO gun tier list. I'll do a pistol tier list soon if my viewer wants it. And yeah, for now, that's all, folks. Zatara out.